Getting late.
And we're live. What's going on, everyone?
How's everybody doing?
How y'all doing?
I wasn't muted. I was playing my shit through.
We were just talking about everybody mute your screens. Anyway, been a pretty quiet week around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything of note happen?
Not really, no.
Awesome. Just check the audio. We're good.
Jonathan, you're not wearing a hat. I'm a little disappointed.
What you got?
Honestly, brother, you can't hide hair this good, man.
No, you can't hide that hair.
You have a point. You have a point.
You can't hide hair this good.
You have a point. I'll give you that.
Smart and humble. Okay. Cool.
Listen, I am the most humble person I know.
Okay, you have some competition.
I know, right?
I'm so good at humility.
Yeah.
Oh man, this guy.
Yeah.
He's
Dan is the
taking my
most
spotlight.
humble and the nicest, and he'll fight you to prove it.
I will.
When I was making that little bad Photoshop flyer for the podcast, I was going through and I was like, cut out a couple pictures, and I was like, no, let's find a not so great one. Let's find a not so great one. And I'm like, they're all great.
You did a good job at that.
You know what? His hair is fantastic. His hair is fantastic in every fucking photo.
Mine looked like someone was about to throw a hot dog into my mouth. I don't know where you got that fucking picture. I was like,
We have that.
Did you guys see the chatter that's definitely not James?
Is that Jackman?
Who
I don't
knows?
know.
It's
I
coming
think
in
it's
here trolling
whoever changes their name every week.
No, it's Jack.
He started off by saying, "What's up, fellow hat wearers?"
I wonder who this is.
That's great.
All right.
I like that on the live, my screen is in a different spot than on the Zoom.
Yeah, it's the magic
It's nice.
of.
It's the magic
it's
of
what
Pete
I
doing his
see,
magic.
basically. That's what everyone else sees.
Got it.
Are we watching the live or are we watching the Zoom?
Well, watch the Zoom, but you can pop out the chat. If you hit the little 3 dots, sorry everyone, we're gonna do a little IT thing.
It's a little column A, a little column B.
A lot of Jordan. IT help.
Jordan's never been on a computer before until tonight, so we're kind of
We've learned
like how this
hit
all
the little
works.
3 dots, and then you can pop out the chat.
Yeah.
And then I
It's
recommend
wild.
you.
He runs a business.
You change the chat to. Why are you not focused on me? There we go. You change the chat to live chat because top chat is you don't want to be top chat. Why am I not focused here?
Our top chat.
You want to be a power live.
You want to be a
chat.
bottom chat.
Who's this Jack man? some D hole.
Jack man. He's currently probably hanging out with.
Oh, James Tignatella is in here.
That's good.
Jackman's hanging out with Pat Lap right now.
Is that really
No,
James?
that's not really him. Get out of here. He doesn't know how to use YouTube.
I hope it is. I really hope it is.
Oh god, this is
man.
fun.
It's definitely him. That's great.
So anyways, we are joined by Jonathan Katz-Moses and Jordan Goetz. It just all came out to work out so perfectly. These guys went to college together. This is a wild story, so this is fun.
I knew Jordan before I was a woodworker.
He was telling us how
And before he was a
saying.
woodworker.
he taught you everything you know.
That's what he said. That's what he
Exact
said
words.
in the episode we recorded before this.
So how come when
Yep.
he taught you all about woodworking, you didn't just spare a second to teach him about technology?
I thought it was weird he was saying that I taught him how to buy Rolexes.
Yeah, the Zoolander character was based off of Jordan, so it's in the computer. The file.
100%.
But at least,
I believe it.
at least he's good looking.
So what's the background? What's the history there? How do you guys know each other?
So Santa Barbara, mutual friends, and Jordan. We must have known each other 20 years now, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, is that wild?
It's wild. Like it's like I still remember after you had moved to Austin, you like came back and called Roger, who's like our super mutual friend. And we're like, come meet me at Old Kings Road. So we came down it was Press Room. Come meet me at Press Room.
Even better.
Long curly hair. So here's a funny story about Jordan. He's an amazing musician and used to look like a rock star. Like he would wear leather pants.
Ooh.
And
No, I
long hair.
didn't wear leather pants.
They're pleather. He couldn't afford leather.
He would walk and be like, wee. Yeah.
Wow.
We used to Odie's oil his pants.
Leather.
Wow.
That wax oil made something hard.
Finally.
I don't know how well this is going to turn up.
Whoa.
Oh
my
God!
Wow.
You
Could you send
did
that to
some
me
good
privately?
moves.
I need it for reasons.
Yeah, man.
Let's go to the bank.
Here's another one.
Oh yes! This is the best.
So this is still
Why
from,
did you change?
This is from Santa Barbara still, right? Back in California?
Yeah, this is the Santa Barbara. This is the Jordan that I knew when I was in college.
How
That's-
did you get, did you like have to go
I
buy a
think
record
Roger-
at a store and he was the only employee?
I gave him my change. I was leaving a store and he's like, I'm not homeless.
That was my coffee, dude.
You know what's funny is that story actually happened to my mom. We were at In-N-Out, and this guy kind of just looked shaggy and whatever. And she walked up to him and was like, "Hey man, like, here's $10." And he hops in a Corvette. It's like, later.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, with Jonathan and I, old school friends. And thinking about Roger, wasn't he the one that like was on acid or something and like plowed through like the window and like cut himself? Like,
No, it was mushrooms. It was
Okay.
he ate
Oh.
a quarter of mushrooms.
Yeah, let's get this right.
Yeah.
Get it right.
And we had to go rescue him because he was like running around naked. It was bad.
That's
Mushrooms
It's a
only
long
go
time
two
ago,
ways.
folks.
This only goes
Right.
two ways with mushrooms.
Pizza and running
Yeah.
around naked.
No, it
That's
either
it.
goes amazing or you're in the forest being chased by demons with no clothes on. That's the only
Right.
way it goes.
Oh, those kind of
Window
mushrooms. I
pants.
thought we were talking about pizza mushrooms or something.
Right?
Watch, somebody in the chat's gonna be like, it's all about microdosing.
Let me hit you with some knowledge real quick.
They're not that bad. Like, we're not disputing that. They're great on pizza.
You know, Jonathan, I was telling them that when we met up at Workbench, how we had caught up on life stuff, and then I was pivoted towards like, oh, so what are you working on? What are you building for people? And you're like, I don't build furniture. And it was like in a movie where it's just like,
I know. I made you come to Workbench Con too. I like
What?
harassed you forever.
and
And then got you tickets. And I was like, I will get you tickets, but you have to come.
and I did.
And,
And we had the best time ever.
we did have the best time ever.
Yeah,
However-
Jordan was telling us that this is when he learned about making content and making money off content, and you like blew his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then we just had to teach him how to mute a YouTube video. So
Right.
he's come a long way. He's come a long way.
So this was
Took those leather pants
which
off.
Workbench Con? The first one or one of
No,
the
this was like the third one, I think.
2019, 2020.
Yeah.
I think it was
No,
Yeah.
was it 20? It was like right
It was
before
2020.
Right
It was the one
2020.
right before COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all sitting
Did
there.
anybody
like,
else get really sick at that one? Like I felt like I got COVID.
Well, I got sick, but it wasn't because of that. It was because I drank a lot.
I was sick
Same.
before it, and you hear about those people like, oh, I had it before it was. I feel like the Christmas right before or between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I feel like I had it. I was really sick for 3 weeks, so I don't know.
So anyone listening, Mike brought it to fucking Workbench.
Yeah, I gave everyone. I was patient zeroing.
What a dick.
Such a dick move. At least I wasn't wearing leather
Right.
pants, douchebag. Anyway,
Listen here, Coldplay goats.
Wow.
Oh.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
no, it was. The 2020 Workbench Con was weird. That was a lot of. Actually, you were doing your class about automation, Katz. That's where I was like,
Yeah, that was my
I'm-
No Zero Days talk.
yeah, I walked out of that one going, oh, I'm gonna buy a big CNC. That changed my
You
business.
did.
That was the.
No, I did.
that was the
Legitimately,
pivoting
That didn't just
that was
change
a-
your business, man. That changed your life.
moment.
Yeah, I walked out of that class going, I'm gonna get automated tools, and then within 5 months, I had an automated tool, and it's changed my life.
I remember you,
Well, listen,
you
if-
making that leap, and I was like, he's gonna make money with it, but that's a big leap. And then like within 6 months,
Yeah.
you're like, it's almost paid off, and we're like, wow.
Oh, it was
Okay,
paid off faster.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Listen, I have 5 CNCs now. I'm 3 lasers, 2 CNCs, and we're gonna buy another one right now. We're getting another like bigger one, and it changed my whole life too.
Yep.
I mean, it's like
It's crazy.
it's crazy. And I have a video coming out on feeds and speeds that is going to change the industry. We used that slow-mo camera that I had, and we ran feeds and speeds.
Chip load,
for
baby. Chip load.
3 days. 3 days. We calculated chip load. And I'll tell you right now, the chip load that is always recommended by all manufacturers is wrong. I can prove it with video. And it's going to be rad. It's going to be so cool.
I
This video
cannot
has been
wait to
sitting
see
on
that.
for months.
It's all CYA
cool.
numbers.
I feel like speeds and feeds, they just throw that same number at like every bit, and they're all very different bits, very different
Right.
CNCs. It never made sense to me.
If you run a downcut bit, if you run a compression bit the same speed as a downcut, you'll snap it. Like there's some resonance frequency where you're just going to pop it right off the second it goes into the wood.
What
And
does that sound like?
Yeah, it's like a wet fart with a pop at the end.
What are you drinking?
Crazy.
Is that a Modelo? But it's
Modelo.
it's a red Modelo.
Modelo.
It's a good beer.
No, I think it's just the saturation of my monitor, maybe or my camera.
gotcha.
Big chemical in his Modelo.
Because Dan was talking about the Modelo, what is it, Chelada or whatever they make?
Yeah, they make a chalada.
Chelada. Dan's a big fan of red drinks.
I love the chaladas.
You're so Omaha, it's not even funny.
I'm proudly Omaha, baby.
Yeah, you are.
My dad went to Central.
Really? In Omaha?
Yep.
No
He's from
kidding.
Omaha.
That's like, man, that's like 10 minutes for me.
If Dan knew
Yeah.
directions, he'd be able to tell you how far away it was.
It's over there.
Right. Well, back in the day, Dan, like Omaha was a real big Jewish community, and so my dad's like whole family lived within 4 blocks of each other, like this whole extended
nice.
family, and there was a huge Jewish population there. And that's
I
where
think
he
there
grew up.
probably still is.
Yeah. Oh, totally. But yeah, my bubby taught at what's the Cornhuskers school?
The University of Nebraska.
Yeah, she didn't teach there. She was an English tutor there, and she never drove, so she'd walk, 25 minutes to campus every day. And
Wow.
she loved it. She did it for like 50 years till she was like 85. She tutored English there.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Connections.
That's amazing.
All about
That's
connections.
super cool.
What's our status on answering? Do we answer questions out of the chat?
So,
So,
what?
yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, why don't we just run down the thing? You got questions in there, but like we're in here, we kind of we're gonna go
This-
over the questions we have, the voicemails that are coming in. This is us setting up the show that we're gonna record here after we jump out of the live. So we're gonna go. The format of the show is, well, this week it's probably gonna change because you've got your stuff you want to talk about. Dan's got his thing he's gonna talk about. Me and Pete will probably sit in the background
nap.
for this episode, which is not typical.
We're just here to
Typically,
ask
Dan's asleep.
questions.
And
Usually I
burping
take a
and
nap.
slopping. Yeah, he's slopping drinks around and sloshing stuff. It's really great. No, we're probably gonna talk a lot about obviously your charity, your opinion on everything that's gone on this week between a particular finishing company and Dan, and an owner's approach to that and how inappropriate that was. We'll go into that. So we'll kind of change the format a bit. I think what we'll mostly do is like really briefly talk about what we're all doing in our shops or with our businesses. And then we'll jump into the listener questions, which you got like 3 for you, I think. And then we'll jump into the stuff you guys want to talk about. So right now we got questions. We got a question for you in the chat, which I don't want to lose here. So Katz, for you, it says, which product of yours took the longest time from initial idea to final production, and which took the least?
Ooh.
That's a great question. So I think that like I've gotten better at producing products. So more confident is the word. And when you're first getting started, you're so scared because everything is like the biggest purchase you've ever made in your life. Like the stop block, for example, it was one of the longest because we screwed up and we didn't know it yet. And so we produced 2,000 units that were unsellable because, well, dude, I think I ate 20 grand on that. And what happened was we had these 90-degree grooves where it fit together. And when you machine that on a Haas mill, CNC, your tolerances are super tight and it's easy. But then when you extrude that, your tolerances become plus or minus 0.07. And now if you go plus 0.07 on one piece and the mating piece is negative 0.07, those 90-degree grooves don't even come close to fitting.
Right.
And so we had to go back to the drawing board. That's where we came up with those 45s so that like no matter how off they were, they would suck together. And so that one took a year and a half. And I learned a lot of lessons on that, which was I ran a pre-sale when I like had the idea. Like how dumb was that? Like I, in my naivety, was like, oh, it'll be a couple months, it'll be out. I mean, great. So I ran a pre-sale. I sold 45 of them. And then it took a year and a half before I filled those orders. And people would write me all the time. I'd be like, I don't know, man. It's coming someday. And,
it's definitely not a scam if that's what you're implying.
So was a Kickstarter, basically.
If you order now in the next 5 minutes, you'll get 2.
right.
And some leather pants.
Right. And some signed Growler domestic leather chaps.
Yeah.
Assless.
Full ass.
Assless chaps.
Full ass.
The fastest was the apron because I kind of was confident in like picking suppliers, and I knew how to find suppliers that weren't going to screw me over. And I knew how to like make sure that I was protected. And so like I went and interviewed suppliers. I got like probably 6 samples. Everybody sucked. And then this really amazing textiles guy made one for me at a super reasonable price that was beautiful. It was 20-ounce wax canvas with all the leather accessories. And, grip and rip. We were ready to go. We pre-sold that one. We sold 12,000 units in 6 weeks.
Wow.
Changed my life.
That's a big number, right?
Drew over at the
big
wood shop Outback says he loves the kid apron.
Oh, isn't that the cutest? So I literally made that just so my daughter could look like me because she loves coming to the shop. And she always would say, Daddy, I want an apron. I want an apron. And I was like, all right, honey, I'll order 7,000 of them for you. So that's like that picture of me and my daughter at my workbench is like it makes me cry just thinking about it. It's my favorite picture I've ever taken. Yeah. It's
That's
like
great.
just
It's
such
so
a good
special,
feeling.
right?
Yeah. It's like unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh, James in the chat, man, it's killing me. I can't even look at the chat. It's just making me laugh so.
It's great stuff.
Dude, that's
There's a lot of people here.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Daniel Langley. I saw a comment from him a while back. He was a creator of the week. Every week in our newsletter, it goes out to like 160,000.
Oh, no
people.
way. That's awesome.
We feature somebody, and it's like people. It like changes the game for them because they suddenly get 1,000 followers and like
that's
all
awesome.
this attention. It's so fun.
We're big fans of Daniel Langley. Yeah. We had a maker meetup at Coffee's property back in January.
Coffee Manor.
Yeah, January.
Yeah, and he showed up. Daniel Langley showed up. He's super cool, and he brought us all mugs, and
he's a nice
awesome.
guy. He's like a super nice guy, and he always freaks me out because that's my ex-mother-in-law's last name. So whenever he writes me, and her name I won't say it. It starts with a D. So
Danielle.
like he'll write me
Denise.
Dolores.
It's pretty close. So he'll write me, and I'll have this like moment of like anxiety. Like, and then I'm like, oh, it's Daniel.
Oh no, it's cool.
Cool. We're good.
Yeah, Daniel's a good dude. He's a really good. He's a local. I like that guy.
I love Daniel. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Am I
What?
Am I the only person out of the guys wearing glasses that are non-prescription? They're just an accessory.
Oh, yours are fake. You weren't joking.
No, these are prescription.
Yeah, I
I
can't
hit
see
40
anything.
and my eyes went.
I can't see anything.
They're blue light blocking.
Oh, blue blockers.
You look better with the glasses on, Jordan.
You're wearing blue blockers.
They're just an accessory.
Better.
Jonathan, when was your shift from client work to strictly tool production / content creation, and what motivated the transformation?
So I realized early on that content creation was the way I wanted to go, and tool development and distribution was what I wanted to do. So I got into YouTube because I invented the dovetail jig. Right. So I was like really into woodworking, and I
remember that.
Right. I would post videos so I could share them on Facebook, because if you shared videos from your phone at that time on Facebook, they'd be low res. So I started a YouTube channel so I could like share videos with like my family, like, oh, check out what I made. And then I like posted one that I was just in my kitchen, like kind of showing a box and explaining about it, and got like 15,000 views. And I was like, whoa, that was cool. Like people said nice stuff, and that was really neat. And I had the dovetail jig, and I had no money to advertise it. So I was like, oh, I'll make YouTube videos about it. I started doing that, and like, you know, my business exploded. I knew that was sort of going to be the path forward for revenue for me. Cool. So I was doing client work at that time. I kept doing client work for a while, but then I had this other company, which was a Christmas light installation company that I'd had.
Yeah, I remember you talking about.
Yeah, it started when I was like 20. So, you know, I had it for well over a decade at that point, and it did very well. And so I could work 9 months a year, kind of lackadaisically. I didn't have to have client work all the time. And I decided that I was going to, at 10,000 subscribers, I was like, all right, I'm going for it. And I hired a full-time editor, cameraman, who's like now my business partner. He's like one of the most efficient human beings I've ever met. He's so smart. He does a good job. And now we have another product developer, Chris Macier, who's a fantastic designer. You probably know him.
Chris is great. Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, I've talked to Chris quite a bit on Instagram lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he's like brilliant designer, really good at CAD. He's helped. You know, he took Tamar's product over the finish line,
which I happily purchased as soon as it dropped. That thing is awesome.
Have you got it yet?
Yeah, it's got it. I got it. It's in the shop. I haven't used it yet, but I got it. I got it.
Dan
like
got
that.
something and hasn't used
really,
it.
Dan? That's crazy.
I bought it like instantly because I love Tamar. I love what she does, and you know, I was like, I gotta have this.
Yeah, she's.
That was the hardest thing I've ever done. It was so hard, and keep in mind we are the manufacturer and the distributor on that. So we not only did all the marketing, all the prep work, but we designed, developed, and produced it. And to anybody, Mike, you'll totally get this. Anybody who knows when you have to use 2 machines for an operation, how freaking hard that is. So we cut it all out on the laser because you get those really cool polished edges. But then we got to come in and drill 52 slots and holes and recesses.
Yeah.
And to get that,
did you set up like a multi-spot jig for that? How'd you do that?
So check this out. This is like really, I'm so proud of this because it was so hard. It took us like a month to figure this out. So we got a vacuum table because originally we had all these like screw down work holder things. And we realized that was ridiculous because you had to lift the CNC so high between pieces that it was like making the run times like 48 minutes for a sheet of 8.
Wow.
And so we got a vacuum table, and then we realized really quickly that wasn't going to work because there were so many holes in the material that it wouldn't hold it down. It wouldn't suck. So what we did was we sealed the shit out of the jig, like 7 coats of lacquer. And then we cut holes in the jig through to the plenum, to the vacuum table where the negative space was, where there was no holes on the acrylic pieces. So it only sucks down right there. And, we're at 14.1 bar, which is like a whole atmosphere per square inch. And so we figured out we could hold all these pieces with the vacuum table. And it's pretty cool design that Chris and I came up with, and it works, and it's worked for us. We sold, I think somebody asked how many we sold. We sold 5,000. We sold out in 6 days. We ordered enough to get 5,000 of them.
That's amazing.
What machine are you? I'm a tool guy. What machine are you using for that? Do you mind me asking? I don't know if you care.
Avid.
You're using the Avid. Oh, you'd set that up on the Avid. Oh, did you do the aftermarket vac setup with? Oh, okay, yeah. Cool, nice, very cool.
I'm gonna change the subject real fast. I just want to say, James, if that's really you are free to come to Omaha, lick the sweat off my balls while I wear my snapback hat in my garage. Continue.
Wait, where is he?
Subtle.
Oh, there's a lot of people here.
Oh, I'm watching the comments. I don't know if that's really James. Go on.
I think it is.
He said, Drew's like, if Jordan been awake? I'm awake. I'm here, guys.
He's awake. He's just like in awe of Katz-Moses. Like he's just like, oh, I haven't seen him in so long. His hair.
Right?
I've been in the shop since 8 a.m.
Oh, so you're fading. You're just like.
That's like his 5th or 6th glass of bourbon.
I haven't had my nap yet. I mean, it's been a long day. It's a hot.
Just make sure you Uber home, buddy.
For all you guys in the chat, I just want to tell you, like, we were supposed to be on here at 6. And at like 6:03, Mike Coffee says, "Oh, do I have time to go get more bourbon?" And all 5 of us went running for our bourbon. So everybody has a bottle of bourbon next to them.
Well, almost
everybody.
It's been
a shitty day. Real shitty day. I needed some bourbon.
Obviously, everybody knows what I'm drinking. Come on.
Yeah, Dan's drinking his trailer swill.
I do have to drink everything like this. I have to drink everything instead of having the pinky.
It's fancy though.
Finger out.
Yeah.
I mean, James, bring it where? You come to me. All right.
Do you want a? Sorry, go ahead. This is not my.
I was
show.
going to say, what is the
apologize.
key to a show-stopping Christmas light setup?
Okay,
So let me tell you what we call the Griswold.
So we did. So every year, my company put up enough Christmas lights to stretch across the United States twice or more.
What?
Wow.
Yep. I in 2012 got a exclusivity contract with a company that invented a Christmas light with a neodymium magnet on the back of it.
Who are you really? Who are you really?
Right. So I locked this down for Southern California. I got exclusivity on it. And we suddenly started doing massive like commercial complexes, like the kind of complexes that Home Depot's in. Like we would do those. I'd have 6 guys on property. We would do every single roof line in a complex like that in 6 hours. We charged $50,000 to do that. And we started doing things like that. Then we got into computerized, computer-controlled Christmas lights. We started doing those really big displays. I did the largest commercial display in California on a BMW dealership, lights to music, super cool. So the trick is classy above gaudy. Like go with like a white light, make it super clean, end all your lines at the end of a roof line. It's very.
Oh, you're serious about this?
Yeah, most LEDs you can cut and wire nut, so you can end them right at the end. If not, you can plan it out. Yep.
Oh, I learned something new.
Yeah, and usually they're in sections. So if it's like an icicle, you need to find a neutral where the neutral breaks, and then you can cut the I can't think of the name right now. You can cut those 2, wire nut them, keep the neutral, and you can end them in certain spots. And so when you do trees, you want to wrap from the bottom up, so that way you end wherever you end, and you don't have like a bunch of garbage at the bottom of the tree. And then you need only use 3 types of attachment methods. Staple gun, but here's the trick. This is where homeowners always screw up. They get an expensive, heavy-duty staple gun. You want to buy the cheapest arrow stapler out there because when you go to take them down, you can just go like this, and they all pop off. When you use those heavy-duty staplers, you got to go up and cut every stapler, pull out.
That's man hours. You got time for that.
Or
how you
women
lose money.
hours.
Right.
Welcome to another Christmas light podcast, everybody.
Totally. I was
Wait,
just
no,
thinking that.
I'm writing these notes for this Christmas. I want to know this stuff.
Right? So
Yeah, dude, if
there
you
is
have-
a video. There's a video on YouTube from like 2012 from a local newspaper. They interviewed me. It's like 2 minutes of me giving my top 10 Christmas light tips. It's real good. If you like, look up Katz-Moses Christmas lights on YouTube, and you'll find it. It's got like 194 views, but it's really good tips.
Well, after this, you're gonna add a couple
195.
zeros to that. That's amazing.
Let me play some questions we got. Katz, we're not going to actually answer them. We're just going to hear them so we can have them in our head for the actual podcast.
Don't
So
you
I want to play those
dare
real fast.
answer them.
Yeah.
I actually, yeah.
Snarky wrong answers only.
Okay.
Let's see here. This one is from
I'm sorry.
one of our
Wait,
French.
I just searched Katz-Moses Christmas lights, and the first one is Florida man not impressed with families, questionable Christmas lights, and it's in the shape of a something.
Big old phallic, is it?
I don't think that's worse.
A big old peepees.
I like that. That's where we draw the line of all the words that have been said.
All the words
in
have been
last-
said. Pete won't say penis. It's
Right.
Pete's very
Pee-pee?
coy with the penis talk. As a peepee. No, let's all
The cock and
right.
balls.
We got our French listener named Thomas.
Thomas.
He's got a question for you, Jonathan. He's a goofy guy.
He's French. Maybe.
Wait
Is it
for
not playing for you
Connor.
guys?
No,
it's not.
you're not sharing your
someone else
audio.
took over. Someone
Don't
took
worry,
over the
guys.
audio.
We're
Us.
professionals.
I didn't know. I forgot you took over the audio. Just let me hit this button right now.
French.
Hey guys, it's Thomas from France and I have some questions. Since you recently joined the I Almost Lost a Finger or More club,
Oh, that's the
That
one
is not
for-
the right
I
audio.
was
Wrong
wondering-
one.
It says Jonathan on
It's fine.
it.
We get to listen to the intro again. I like it.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can find it because it's the wrong. He might have sent me the wrong audio. So this is super.
No, the first one was good, I think.
Oh, we had it before.
And we're
Did we?
stalling. Yeah, we
Hold on.
definitely listened to it earlier. It was fine.
Yeah, let me figure
Yeah.
this out. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see if this is playing.
Are we still live on YouTube?
We are.
Yes.
No.
Are we fucking up?
Yeah, I'm dropping the ball here apparently.
Hey guys, it's Thomas from France, and I have some questions. Since you recently joined the
Same
I
one.
almost lost a finger or more.
Man.
Look for the
They're all-
larger
they're-
file because it's you played it earlier.
They're labeled wrong by him. Hold on.
Blame him.
Yeah, blame the end user.
Blame the
Hey
French.
guys, it's Thomas from France, and I have some questions for Jonathan and Jordan.
There we go.
The first one is for both of you. Since you recently joined the I almost lost a finger or more
Yes, yeah.
club, I was wondering if you had changed your way of woodworking. Something like maybe getting a solo stop for Jordan, or having a way to force yourself to stay out of the autopilot mode, or maybe just change any other habits you had. Jordan, I listened to a podcast you
Let me go past this one
tried
here.
to your customer, and if you did, how? Jonathan, I was wondering what was your process to create the tools you sell? For example, did you make the first dovetail jig because you needed one and then the demand was there so you started producing them? Or it was more like, I think this could sell, it's a great idea, let's develop it. Thank you guys, have a great podcast, bye.
Thanks, Thomas.
Yeah,
I want that
he's
to be my
asking-
ringtone.
Was the dovetail jig something you created out of necessity for yourself or as to fill a need in the community? So
Yeah,
we'll
I think
answer
it
that.
was what is your development process?
Right. Yeah. Like, how do you get
And
into
like-
that? So it's
Yeah,
he
yeah.
always comes. with
That's a
great
good
questions.
question.
He
Yeah,
always
he
comes in with good
Yeah,
questions.
He's got great questions. So
And he comes up
That's
with his
awesome.
own production values too.
Yeah,
which
it's-
is
I
good.
love the song.
Oh, did he
Music.
did he put the music in?
yeah, he does all that. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's the best.
He's been listening
got
for
an
like
intro,
2 months,
an
and he like
outro.
comes in hot, like with he's got his own thing.
To me, it's
great.
like a little podcast inside this podcast. It's got an intro.
Right.
It's got an outro.
He's got his
It's better.
sister. His sister plays the accordion, so he
Yeah.
had her do the
Yeah.
end outro thing.
Tomas,
it's like a
if you're
tribute
listening
band
to
that's
this,
better than the band.
Tomas, send me the accordion audio. I want that as a ringtone, or like an alarm.
Yes. I want my phone to make that sound whenever you guys are texting back and forth.
Let me stop sharing and figure out what's going on with these files here. You guys do your thing for a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna duck out for the audio here.
Yeah, Tomas always got good questions. I'm blown away every week that someone from France calls in like really good English.
Yeah.
Right, that's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
I want to back up a little bit. I wanted to talk about how the first time I found you, Jonathan, was when you were promoting your dovetail jig with Dave Pachuto.
Right.
He was still in his basement shop back then, I think, right?
Right. So that changed my career. That was my first like real product I'd launched. I've been making it out of wood for over a year and a half.
Right.
I made every single one in my shop by myself. It was the worst year of my life. It was so hard. And I just kept selling them. So that's all I did. I quit YouTube because I just made dovetail jigs. That's all I did. It was so boring. And then I developed the urethane one. It's made out of the same material as pool balls. In fact, the guy who invented the modern skateboard wheel for Pal Peralta is the guy who manufactures it.
Interesting.
So it's like you could throw one of those off the Empire State Building, and as long as it doesn't land flat on the top, it's going to bounce.
Or on a person.
Right. I mean, let's not try that.
Don't do it. Don't try it.
Please don't.
But David, I was a Patreon supporter of his. I found out really early on to promote my YouTube channel that I could just sign up for all the top tiers of everyone's Patreon. And then they would mention me in every one of their videos, and it would make my channel explode in growth. And that was like my cheater trick at that time. And so I was
Life
like
hacks.
$50.
Why
a
are we
month.
not mentioning all our top tier patrons, you guys?
Right.
We're failing at this.
You know what? Gotta start throwing those
And
at
and so he let me. I asked him if I could come out. I said I'll give you 10% affiliate commission on it, and he did it. And he let me shoot that video. And it was so funny because I wanted to do this inlaid dovetail box, which would take 3 days to make, easy with all the glue ups and everything. And he was like, "Well, we only shoot 45 minutes of footage, and we try and get it done in 4 hours." And I was like, "Holy shit!" So I spent
Not
4
today,
weeks.
son.
No, listen.
Not on my
I
watch.
pulled it off. I pulled it off, Mike, because what I did was I built 7 of them. And every time I would stop at the next step, right? So it's like on the baking shows when they like make everything and then they put it in the oven and they pull it out because it's already done. That's what we did. I had 7 versions of this box that all stopped at each step so we could shoot it in 4 hours. And I just like spent, $600 on walnut and maple and made a bunch of these boxes.
I remember that. That's wild.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And here we are. And I had a freaking tumor in my hand. So like I had this like cast on my hand because I didn't want people to see it because it was so gross
remember
looking.
the
I needed surgery.
video. Yeah.
I was so embarrassed by it. And so I wore, this like wrap. And I just told me, I cut myself. That was always, I cut myself.
He's doing super manly shit. Don't you worry about this. Dovetails.
This guy's so edgy. He keeps cutting himself every video.
So that's like a running joke on my channel is that halfway through every video, I'm wearing a Band-Aid. Like every video, I got a Band-Aid on.
That's fantastic. We actually got another question in. Let me jump into sharing the audio here. We got one in for the show.
Before you play that, I want to address something real quick. A lot of people are asking why Jordan's not chiming in. So we recorded an episode with Jordan. You're going to hear that the week of the 4th. And Jordan is here because Jordan and Jonathan know each other. So
Oh,
we used to be lovers.
We're doing
Former
the live
lovers.
right now, but I think Jonathan just jumped on, so we got some questions for him. And I think when they do his actual hi Morgan. I think it's just I'm just letting people talk, doing their thing. I'm okay with just chilling, hanging out.
yeah, you guys are going to love the episode with
If you
Jordan.
guys
So
have
don't
some
even worry.
questions,
The episode we
You guys
did
have-
just did with Jordan was a ton of fun.
and
It'll be
then
good.
Mike
For
always
now,
interrupts
he's
me,
just
like,
eye
what the
candy,
fuck?
guys. Enjoy it. Like, why are you guys complaining?
I'm like, if you guys have some questions, Mike's like, oh, my slab. Hey, got some questions for me? Let's talk. I chopped my finger off the other day. It grew back. We're good. So, yeah.
Yeah. If you have a question for him specific, ask it in the chat so we can answer it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big person.
Yeah,
to
Morgan
interrupt
Hop.
People. But no, what's up? There seems to be.
We
a lot
had
of
to
people here.
record-
And this is my first time doing it live. I'm like, there's so many people asking questions. Like, who's Sean Church? Sean Church.
Sean Kirch.
Kirch.
I know who.
Kirch?
Shaper Sean.
Sean Church.
That guy stays at my house every
So-
time he comes to Austin.
We had to record our episode early with Jordan because of Dan's vacation that's sponsored by Big Chemical.
Big Chemical is paying for my family's trip to Hawaii.
Go to Hawaii. Yeah,
we got a 2 truths and a lie.
2 truths and a lie. Jordan, hit us.
I
Flabs.
don't eat eggs as a food group. I've met Bill Murray 2 times.
Ooh.
And I have gone shark diving or shark cage.
Shark
diving.
charting.
I know
think
the
it's the
egg one
eggs.
is real. He doesn't eat eggs. No, he doesn't eat eggs. I know that for sure.
Hey, Mike, you're interrupting everyone that's listening.
I'm gonna guess the egg.
What a
one.
dick! Wow!
Typical.
Oh no, his microphone cut out.
We're gonna lose him.
He's back.
We're gonna lose him. He's drunk. Oh no, he's drunk.
You okay, Jordan?
So I'm gonna say you also met Bill Murray twice. Yes. Yes.
I actually have known Jordan for 20 years, so I know this is true.
I met Bill Murray twice.
It's
And you don't like
obviously
eggs.
I gotta tie my shoe.
Right.
Okay.
He's just down there like,
Hey, wait, hold on. He's like this. I gotta have a shoe.
Yeah.
it's a mute.
Cranking him.
All right, we have another question we need to listen to, Mike.
Yeah, from Josh Friedrich. What's he? 507.
From 507?
507. Yeah, Josh is a good dude. Here we go.
Hey guys, it's Josh over here at 507 Woodworks. So, it's been a minute since I called in, but I'm really dying to know, what was the biggest hurdle that you guys each faced when starting your own business, and what was the hardest part to get to what you wanted to achieve in your business? I know each of you guys kind of vary in your own world, whether it be 3D printing, custom furniture, tools, but what was the biggest hurdle that you had to overcome in order to get to where you're at today? Thanks for calling. Actually, I called.
None of us will answer this except for Jordan because Jordan won't be in the show to answer. So we'll answer in the show. What you got?
I'll answer this because, like I told you, I'm really bad at keeping my train of thought. The big Jonathan knows this. He'll make this like squirrel.
Right.
So the biggest hurdle, and I'm sure that you guys know this, is just fucking doing it. That's the hardest fucking part, and it's trusting yourself, and it's hard, and it's terrifying, and it's still terrifying. Like this is my third industrial warehouse workshop, and before this, I was in my garage for 2.5, 3 years, and when I got this place, I was like, am I going to be able to do this? Like, this is a lot. I'm paying $2,500 a month for a shop, but it's centrally located. It's good. It's a great location. Can I do this? And now I'm running out of space, and I still have shit coming in, and it's just like, yeah, I'm booked into next year already. Like you just have to do it. You got to trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself, ain't no motherfucker gonna trust you.
You got to get over your own roadblocks, right?
Yep.
Is that what
I mean, if you're not gonna put out that energy, then fuck it. Like, what's the point? Like
Amen.
Any single person that's listening to this, you got this. You can do this. It's not rocket science. It's putting yourself out there. It's trusting yourself. It's knowing that you know what to do and how to do it, and that's it. That's it.
Or you're willing to learn and figure it out.
Totally. And I'm 10 years later. I'm still fucking learning.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Grit beats intelligence every time. Grit beats intelligence every time.
Yeah.
Go out there, grind it out. You'll get there.
Things that have stuck with me are,
unless you're Odies, you get none of it.
Always bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Always bet on yourself. And the things get the scariest right before you're about to need to grow. Mm-hmm. That's two things that have always, and then always the other thing is never commit anything to memory, write everything down. But always bet on yourself.
I feel like personally attacked.
No.
Yeah, you got all those
You'll
post-it
forget
notes.
about it. You'll forget about this insult in a few minutes anyway. Always bet on yourself, and it's always
Mike, don't give all the answers though. We'll save it for the show.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not an answer to that question. I mean,
where's our bartender? Get Mike another cocktail.
Yeah. Wait, Jordan, I have a question for you because last time we were there, when we were there for Workbench Con, your neighbor 2 doors down, the metal shop, was moving out.
Great band.
Yeah.
Metal shop 2 doors down. No,
3 doors down, cover band. 2 doors
down.
Is that space available, or do you got a new neighbor?
We have a new neighbor. Did I take you guys down there?
No.
No, you just talked about it.
You just talked about it.
Okay, so Tom moved out, and the photo developing company that's in the front actually is expanding. So now they're doing custom frames. Mm-hmm. So the story that I just posted of those 2 giant 10-foot by 5-foot tables is for the front company, so they can assemble.
I walked in there and talked to that guy. I wanted to see if they had any actual cameras to sell, but they didn't. It's just photo finishing.
Tom, the old metal worker, he had built from scratch. He had the wood fabricated, but he did all of the steel work for this thing. But he built a Civil War cannon that actually fired 2 miles, 12-pound bullets, and he gave me this when he moved out.
So adorable.
How cool is that?
Didn't shoot anything 2 miles.
Dude, this is the bullet.
Whoa.
That can't fit in that cannon.
Bullet's not coming at, What the heck?
This sucks. I don't know if you can hear this one, guys. Hey, listen to this.
Okay.
Noise canceling's working really great.
That's called a heartbeat.
But how cool is this?
That is super cool. That's really awesome.
Cool. Does that little thing actually fire?
I
mean,
that's what she said. All right, let's jump out of.
Mike, didn't we have a question from Thomas from Thomas Custom Woodworks? I think about installing.
Yeah, that was about the inset panel doors. You gonna throw that one in here?
Might as well. I think didn't he call in, or was it a written in? I forget.
He called in.
He called in.
Let me play this one real quick.
I think it's a good one because we can get this. Yeah, Jonathan might have some insight for him.
Hey guys, it's Thomas at Thomas Custom Woodworks. Anything new going on? Any new movements I should know about or anything? Hey, real quick, Dan, I just want to say we got your back and we support you 100%. And Jonathan Katz-Moses, thank you for doing everything you do and making the content that you do. And you're one of the first people I watched when I started woodworking a little over 2 years ago. And I really appreciate all the content that you put out and what you're all about. So thanks for being an inspiration for me. Hey, I'm making a TV console table, and I'm putting in frameless cabinet doors, and I've never done that before. And I'm recessing them maybe about 1/8 of an inch. And I'm just curious if there's any tips or tricks I should know about on putting in frameless cabinet doors, or if they're pretty straightforward. Any advice would help. I really appreciate it. Hey, thanks so much for an awesome podcast, and I'll call back soon, I'm sure. Have a good one, guys.
Nice. Thanks for calling in, Tommy.
Yeah, thanks, Tommy G. That guy's a local. He's great. I love that guy. Hopefully we can get into that question. I think we're going to have some other topics, but hopefully we can get to that question in the show. So we're creeping up on an hour. What do you guys want to do here? You guys want to start getting out of this live and jump into the show?
I think it's time to start the show, don't you?
Yeah. Can
we do a shot?
I don't have any more drinks.
Post, pre-show, pre-post.
I could take a shot of pledge. I mean,
oh man,
listen,
big chemical.
This goes
huffing pledge over here.
Daniel, this goes back to exactly what I was talking about. We've all put worse things in our body.
Absolutely, I have.
Those pictures I saw of you confirmed that. So
clearly.
We got someone asking you, Dan, to be on a podcast.
That's a fake.
I feel like that's a troll at this point.
It's a troll.
No, that's just James from Odie's Oil, just really just getting his shovel and digging this hole down as far as he can.
Wait, is it really?
I don't.
It
think
really
so.
is him. It is 100% him. I guarantee you. Look at his avatar picture. It's him.
Yeah, I know.
And just the way he's
but how fun would it be to make a fake one and just come on here and talk?
We have people that do that. Though,
I mean, definitely not James. Is not spoiler. Not James.
Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, whatever. Not worth our time.
I think it's really him. Do you know it's not him, Peter?
I don't.
We don't.
I have no way of verifying.
By the way,
and
it's the same vernacular as his talks on Instagram. That is him. I'm telling you, 100%.
But don't you think that he would have? Don't you think he would have like? I mean, if I was him, I would think, I don't know, go hang out with your family.
His family probably can't stand him.
Who cares if I've never used Odie's and I'm not a Rubio guy. I use General Finishes, but I got someone wanted to bad I don't like Jordan's designs. That's fine.
That's fine.
Right.
Yeah, everyone's got their own.
That's not. That's how a normal human responds, Jordan. That's how an adult responds in this situation.
I'm gonna go eat some.
That's what he doesn't understand. That's what he doesn't understand. This isn't about his product. I actually use his product. Its product is fine. I wouldn't use it for a tabletop, but I've used it for cutting boards and little trays or whatever. It's about him as a person. He's a piece of trash. And I really hope that is him because I mean every word of that. He's garbage.
I would go back to modeling. It's not him.
It's him.
No, dude.
Morgan could be a model. Okay. Yeah.
He's a knuckle model.
He keeps everything tight. I'll tell you that.
$20 on Morgan.
All right. Well, let's jump out of the pre-show and let's go. Let's do the actual podcast. I'm excited.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do the podcast for sure.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. No live show next week, but stay tuned for Jordan's episode
I'm going to
dropping.
be in Honolulu.
Dan's going to be on the beach.
Wait, I'm going to be there too.
Damn right.
Yes.
Are you?
Jordan.
No.
I was going to say, let's do sword fights.
Surprise
if you know
from
what I mean.
Kayla. Oh. All right, guys.
Anyway,
thank you for watching.
Jonathan, good to see you, buddy.
Always good to see you, brother.
Good to see all you guys in here. And thank you, everyone, for joining the chat.
Thank you for joining us for everything.
Yes,
man. Thank
Jordan,
you so much.
thank you for joining us for episode 117.
Yeah, glad your finger's good, dude.
Back
glad
in
your finger's
time.
good. Glad nothing bad happened, man.
All right. Thank you to everyone that was lovely in chat. Thank you to everyone that was not. Later.
Yes.